What is happening with Rocksmith Plus? Earlier last summer, I did a video telling about the new subscription-based system when there's going to replace Rocksmith 2014. It's basically going to be some kind of Rocksmith Online where they're going to add tons, thousands of content every month, but you're gonna have to pay a subscription for that every month as well. And it's also going to be including lots of different genres, not just rock. So they are trying to open Rocksmith to more types of players. They are also trying to open the game to also more diverse types of connectivity. So you'll be able to, for example, to detect your instrument via a microphone or with your smartphone as well, which is definitely going to replace the annoying real tone cable, which has proven to be most unreliable, especially it tends to break very easily after a couple of months. I'm going to buy my third real tone cable, by the way, in the past 3 years. So that's how unreliable. So these are really great news here. But at the same time, they did announce that the service would be ready for launch by this summer in 2021. And as I'm making this video, it's already early November, and Rocksmith Plus is nowhere in sight of any release. I was making some research. I was trying to make research on Google. What happened to Rocksmith? When is Rocksmith Plus going to be released? I could not find any news until I found this post in the Ubisoft blog here. This is a Dave diary from September 2021 that I completely missed, unfortunately, and so that's why I'm making this video. I also suspect that you guys may have completely missed as well, and it is explaining what is happening to the musical live service. So I cannot give you a couple of details that I wish I could give you simply because I did participate in the beta, but I will try to give you my best insight with whatever I can say without entering into DNA field, right? So they say that last month, Rocksmith Dave Diary, so that was in August basically, we thanked all of you who participated in our PC closed beta test, shared our development priorities inspired by your feedback on forums and social media, and promise that we'd follow up with you once we've all read through the beta survey. And I can tell you guys that as a beta tester, I did filling very carefully that beta survey. There was a lot to fill. I cannot tell you how it was. Sorry, I just got my COVID shot yesterday. It was pretty bad. I mean, the COVID shot was pretty bad. Anyway, they said that they have absorbed many thousands of survey responses. Of course, because with the beta, and people who are people who participate in the beta are very passionate Rocksmith user, including myself. And with what they saw in the beta, I can totally imagine that they really wanted to help Rocksmith to provide the best experience possible. So I can totally believe them here when they say that they were absorbed by the many thousands of survey responses on Rocksmith Plus. Absolutely, and I appreciate the honesty here from Rocksmith. So they say thank you so much to everybody who took the time to share your thought with us. It speaks to the passion of this community and how much you care about music learning. Yes, and it's not just about music learning. It's just enjoying playing our instruments to some of the best tunes and then seeing the scores that we get. That's what Rocksmith has always been about for me, and I've always had a blast playing that game for that. They said that a recurring message that you shared with us was that Rocksmith means a lot to me and I want to see it succeed. Exactly, and this is also why I'm making this video, because I want you guys also to understand Rocksmith Plus, guys. Rocksmith Plus is not dead. Rocksmith Plus is not cancelled. It's just delayed because thankfully the devs have listened to the people who have played in the beta, and they are doing a lot of work, obviously, because if they're delaying until next year, right? So it's obviously requiring a lot of work to make some adjustments so that they provide the people the product that they want to play. Music and Rocksmith means the world to us too, so we care and we are listening, obviously. We are inspired by your passion for the game, and after reading your detailed feedback, oh yes, it was detailed, we'd like to share timeline updates, development progress, and the next steps. So Here, they say, we originally started targeting a summer 2021 launch on PC. We didn't set a hard date because we wanted the flexibility to react to feedback and to adjust release timelines to match. We've mapped out the work we'd like to prioritize following your feedback, and we decided to push the release of Rocksmith Plus to 2022. So that is a long delay, guys. It was supposed to be released in summer 2021. We're talking about a 6-month delay here, plus at least 6 months, because we don't know when it's going to be released in 2022 based on all the feedbacks and all the suggestions. Again, I cannot give you the details, but all the suggestions that that the players have given. Now, what I can tell you is that here's what people liked about Rocksmith. We liked the hard rock library, or the rock library. That's what the game is called, Rocksmith. So you got to play rock music, right? Sure, it's great to have, jazz and R&B and rap music and some weird French music that's also in the game, right? Sure, okay, but it's not the core of Rocksmith. It's not going to be your core audience. You may want to appeal to a more larger casual audience. I understand that Ubisoft wants to do that because they represent the majority of people, but at the same time, it's not the majority of people who play video games. It's not the majority of people who are going to play a musical games on their computer here. If they want to be targeting this kind of audience, they are going to be targeting an audience that is not used to doing that. And they may not even have the right equipment to doing that. The majority, not the majority, but a large part of the people who had the original Rocksmith game had the PC to run it, and they were attracted by the rock and heavy metal and metal songs that were in a playlist, and that's what most original players from the first two games are caring about. And you just have to look at the list of DLCs from Rocksmith 2014. The huge majority of those were actually rock, hard rock, and heavy metal bands. And the reason why Rocksmith kept releasing those DLCs is because people were buying them, including myself. So I think that by trying to deviate from that direction, and again, I'm not talking about the beta here, I'm talking about the trailers that we've seen, for example, during E3 of this year. We could really see by the trailer that they released that they are really trying to target a different audience, but that audience is not the core of their business, and it's a risk that they are taking. And I think that with the beta and the feedback that they have received, they realize that they took perhaps too much of a risk, which is why they're taking the time to readjust. Again, this is pure speculation here. I have no idea if I'm correct or not, but I believe that they're taking the time to readjust in order to please their audience. Because just like in any beta, I've participated in a lot of betas. When you participate in betas like those, one of the questions is, after playing the beta, would you consider buying Rocksmith, or would you consider subscribing to Rocksmith, right? And I'm pretty sure that there must have been a lot of people who, as original Rocksmith players, must have said, well, no, because that is not the Rocksmith experience that I am expecting. Again, pure speculation here. Again, I cannot reveal what was in the beta. I cannot say what I did myself, but it's based on the fact that the service here is getting such a massive delay. Probably the reason is because the feedback must have been quite negative, but constructive at the same time, and they are trying their best to make it work, right? So here they said that a lot of work has gone into Rocksmith since the beta ended in July, so we'd like to touch on some of the improvements so far, or what's coming next. The beta feedback aligned with the development priorities we detailed in last month's diaries, and the big improvement we'd like to make fall are under the categories here: song library, audio input, progress education, and UI search. Here they did say that they did acknowledge in the post here that there were not enough songs in the beta, but again, that's not really a surprise. It's the beta, right? So they were obviously limited, and they want to confirm that there are going to be tens of thousands of songs in Rocksmith as when it's going to be released. So that's not going to be an issue, I think. They are also going to confirm that there are going to be much more bass tracks, because there was not a lot of options for bass players. I'm a bass player, so that's why it's also much of a concern. So they're also going to reassuring bass players here that they're going to have the same type of experience that guitar players would have. So that's also reassuring out there. Now, here, when it comes to the visual here, they said that they've also adjusted the default saturation and contrast and another way color to be more readable. They're also expanding the palette of note head color customization, which will include original Rocksmith 2014 color settings, along with the new ones already in Rocksmith Blood. Thank you. Thank you very much, because as you could see, again, you know, in the trailer, we have some visuals of the interface. It looks very, I would say, mainstream, right? Whereas Rocksmith 2014 looked more, hard rock, hardcore gamer, right? So they are going to be bringing that back as well to please the original backers, and not backers, to please the original players. And again, this shows to me that they are really listening to us, and that they do understand that it's very important for them to be bringing back the original backers. They cannot succeed with Rocksmith Plus by only having a new base of player playing, mainstream type of music or R&B music or rap music. They need the original players to make this. So they want the original players to subscribe to the platform on a monthly basis so that it can succeed, because these are the guys who are playing regularly, and it's very important for them to please them. So there we have it, guys. This is what's happening with Rocksmith Plus. We're seeing at least 6 months of delay, but at least it's fantastic to see that the devs have acknowledged the feedback from the beta testers, and that they're trying their best to please their audience, to please their core audience, to make sure that the players who played Rocksmith 2014 return to the platform and do subscribe to Rocksmith Plus, because that is very important for their success. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have played the Rocksmith games. Are you a musician? Are you interested in learning music with a Rocksmith type of program? I want to know everything. That's all for this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more content on the channel. We'll have more Age of Empires 4, because we're completing the Age of Empires 4 Norman campaign. We should be having, I hope, the last 3 missions of the Norman campaign, so that should be an exciting one. Have a great day. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later. A huge shout out to everyone who's been helping me out on Patreon and via the YouTube Joint membership program. Creating content on YouTube involves continuous circles of ups and downs, and it is when we are the lower parts of the curve that your help really motivates me to keep on going. Your contribution really does make a difference, which is why in return I try to give back by offering backers access to my private Discord channel, automatic access to exclusive giveaways, or answering your questions during the show. You can help me out with as little as $1 a month, and any help is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching again. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later.